y'all. Ain't no easy fit.
Look. Hey, listen. I wasn't gonna take no pictures, and you only see half. All you seeing is drag. You'll never see this again. You'll never be able to see Drag smile like this again, because when he's at the track, you already know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be business. So you can't look at this, man. And Drag, how tall are you?
6'5".
Drag, you're 6'5". Drag, what is your desired weight?
My desired weight is 270. I'm 350 almost.
And Drag, what's the dimensions of the of that compartment of your seat space?
Well, truthfully, I haven't measured it. You know what I'm saying? But as you can see, I'm wall to wall.
Drag, you spilling out the wall, bro. I mean,
I got my window in there to go in there to keep my arm inside.
And you have enough mobility to be able to control this car going down the track.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not as easy as a small dude. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm not a small dude, and I'll never be a small dude. But
I
will be 60 or 70 pounds smaller than what I am eventually.
And so you're saying, Drag, one of the main motivators for you to get this weight off you is because you want to go racing and be competitive.
Yes.
I want everybody to know that's serious. That's serious. That's serious right there. In order for this man to be 350 and he's looking to take off 80 pounds, not only would it be good for his health overall, but he's doing it because he wants to be competitive in the sport. That's something else. That's serious. That's real serious.
I said I got to do it because not only is it good for my health, it's it could pose a problem if I got in trouble in this car. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't have full steering mobility with my left arm. I'd have to mainly steer the car with the right, which, I mean, that's only if the car gets in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if everything's fine, I got a good, track surface, this car will be, wherever I put my hands at, that's where it'll go, And any steering need to be done, I'll be mainly done with the left hand, because the right hand is the right hand is over here fumbling around with the shifter, getting ready to pull the chutes and, whatever.
All right, I'll tell you what, Drag, I know you're working. I don't want to take up any more of your time. I don't want Mike to get mad at you. I know you should be doing something in that car too.
I'll be trying to anticipate getting out. I got my secret weapon though. I got my buddies that don't weigh but 160 pounds. Hey, man!
Glad you call me?
Huh?
You call me?
I gotta get my leg right. Hey, man, y'all laughing fat people like that.
Hey, Drag, Drag, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, what up?
When you go racing, do you race the track or do you race your opponent?
I race the opponent.
You race your opponent?
Yes.
Why do you race your opponent as compared to the track?
Well, the track, I don't know how to answer that, because the track, in my opinion, is the track. I mean, I don't go there to run the track. I have to have somebody in another lane. If you're asking me the track conditions, now that could have posed a problem.
Well, that's what I'm really curious about. How do you race? I mean, I just asked Mike the question, and when Mike just made the statement that the fastest car doesn't always win. You know what I mean? And I live by that. And the first person who I've seen to be consistent off of that rule is Phil from the White Boys, because Phil is he goes by and he lives by. I'm racing a track. I'm not racing my opponent. I'm making my car get down the track as fast as it can due to this track's conditions, surface conditions. And he lives by that. And he's been kicking ass and taking names since.
Well, that's why I asked the question is, track conditions definitely play a role. With the little tire cars or either the big tire, full chassis style cars, yeah. Then that be the case, then yeah, getting down the racetrack is the key to winning. Because if you're racing somebody that can't get on the track and you can get on the track, it really doesn't matter how fast you run.
So if you had to go back, so you would say you race for the track conditions.
Would you explain it to me the way that you've explained it to me? Then yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right, y'all, this is Gunna Picks. I'm here in Windy City with Big Drag, the legend, the icon, aka Big God. And he's going to give me a little bit of his history, let us all know how long he's been racing, why he's racing, and why the people in Chicago and elsewhere hold him in such high esteem. So, Drag, if you want to get into it, let me ask, how long have you been racing?
Well, I've been racing, actually not participating, but spectating at the track since the 60s, you know. But I owned my first race car, I think it was 75 or 76 was the latest when I owned my first car, you know. And actually the first car was a 66 Mustang, you know, just a bracket car I did go bracket racing with. Well, it wasn't back in them days, it wasn't called bracket racing, so we ran class ET7, ET8. It was a 13-second, low 13-second car in a quarter mile, 289 4-speed car. And that's really was the beginning. Early on, I was a Chrysler guy, you know. I raced a lot of Mopars and stuff like that. Had several Dodge Darts and Road Runners and Valiant, you know, Super Bs and stuff like that. And then I moved into the Chevys. Actually, my influence come from my buddy Mike because he was always a Chevy person. And he bought a 64 Malibu, and we raced it, and it actually was faster than, or just as fast as my Mopars was. But really, that was full race cars, and his car was pretty much a street car. So that kind of sold me on the Chevys, you know, and I started racing Chevys. Plus, parts was more plentiful. You know, they was easier to work on than we were young kids, you know, teenagers, 14, 15 years old, fiddling in the garage, you know, and that's how we learned, you know, our basic mechanics and stuff like that, you know, hands-on.
All right. So Drag, as the people can hear, you have an extensive history in it. You know, basically you were birthed at the track.
Yes, from my dad and my brothers. You know, all my whole family raced. My dad drag raced in the 60s. My brothers carried it on through the 60s because they're older than me. You know, my three oldest brothers is like 14, 15, 16 years older than me, you know. 13, 14, and 15 years older than me. So they was racing in the 60s with my dad. You know, he had a 66 Hemi car. Original Mr. Norm's 4-speed Hemi car, 66 Cornet.
You said a Mr. Norm car?
Original Mr. Norm's car, yes.
And this was what year?
1966.
An original Mr. Norm
66 car. Hemi Cornet, 4-speed car with dual quads on it. Beautiful car, blue, dark blue in color. And that was actually my dad's car. My brothers and them used to race it. Then one of my older brothers, Bootsy, he had 68 Barracuda, I think it was. Okay. And my mother had a 66 Mustang too. And my brothers and them used to race it. You know, she didn't know nothing about it, but they would race her car. Had a little 289 in it. They used to sneak and put the slicks on it, you know, without her knowing, and they go out and race her car. Then they bring it back home and change the tires over and stuff like that. And then another big influence on me was my cousin Anthony. You know, he'd been around me all my life, you know, kind of reared me, you know, around all the guys. I met all the street racers and the guys that I come to know, which are the older school guys now. You know, one of the other guys that, you know, took up with me and my brothers, my younger brothers, and my friend Mike was Cooper. And Cooper's still around with me racing right now. You know, he was older. Cooper was probably 20 years older than us, 21 years older than us. We was youngsters, like, you know, teenagers, you know, 15, 16 years old. Cooper took us under his wings. And he, you know, he taught us how to go racing. He kind of pretty much protected us out there in the streets where we didn't get no trouble and things like that. And we just been friends, you know, all these years. And the new car that we just built here, the Camaro, has a tribute sticker on there, which Cooper will probably be in Mississippi with me when we come to Big Clark's racing to go run over in Hattiesburg.
Okay. So you mentioned something about your three oldest brothers. How many brothers did you have? Or how many members of your family actually?
It's seven siblings, and 2 is deceased. You know, so I got shucks on. What that one? 8 with my sister. You know, she's been deceased for a while, and sometimes I kind of don't think of her because it's, you know, mostly all boys. There's 7 of us, you know, with 1 girl, and we have my biological mother. You know, we kind of split up a little bit. It's like 5 of us, and then 3 of us. You know what I'm saying? I had 3 brothers with my stepmom who raised me after my mom passed. So, and that's what builds the 8 all together.
Okay, but you know what, Drag, you mentioned your sister, and previously when I was here, you were telling me about your sister. So basically, your whole family has been entertaining somewhere along the line.
Oh yeah.
So if you don't mind telling people, your sister was actually one of the Revlon models.
She was a professional model. She modeled for the Ford agency.
For the Ford agency, I'm sorry.
Yes, and my niece, she's right now is a professional model. She followed in my sister's footsteps. She models for the Ford agency, and her daughter, which is my niece as well, she's now modeling. And I'm not sure if she's there with the Ford agencies, but she's got some type of deal. The last time I talked with my niece, you know, I have pictures of them somewhere around here. I think I showed you the pictures before, but I got pictures of them as well. Yeah, my nieces was models. My sister was a model. My nieces followed in my sister's footsteps. You know, my father was a pro fighter. You know, and we kind of followed in his footsteps as far as learning how to protect ourselves from boxing stuff, but we didn't, I didn't carry it on, you know, but all of us, you know, was taught the art of fighting, you know, how to protect ourselves and discipline that goes with it and things like that.
Okay, so, you know, once again, Drag, your whole family as a whole, they're not new to being public figures and being, you know, having a lot of people and big crowds around them. This is something that's been going on for years in your family.
Yeah, I would have to say that, yes, because in the 70s, you know, my mom, I call her my mom because she's my mom, but she's not my biological mom, but she raised me from the ages like 10 on. Because my mom died when I was 13, but she wasn't physically able to take care of me. You know what I'm saying? So my mother, I don't like to use the word stepmom. My mother, she reared me, you know, even as from my other home where I stayed with my biological mom until my mom passed, you know, but my stepmom, which is my mom, she made sure I was okay. She made sure my sister was okay. You know what I'm saying? The ones that live with our biological mom. You know, we seen them regularly. My dad came by regularly to check on us to make sure we was okay, because a lot of times, you know, our mother was in the hospital sick.
Okay, so Drag, you've been a fixture in Chicago for all your life.
Pretty much, yeah. My family stems from Mississippi, you know, from my mom's side, and that's where my history comes from, the South, you know, and we've been going back and forth down south since I was a little boy.
So at heart, you're just a big old country boy.
Basically, yeah. You know, I was raised that way. You know, the same family values that my mom was instilled in my mom. She instilled them in us.